Round 15 continues on AFL today as we move to the business end of the season. The Hawks, as usual, have gone about their business in a quiet, professional manner, safely at the moment in the 6. For their opponents, Fitzroy, it's a case of if only. If only they hadn't dropped 4 games by 7 points or less, they too could be near the top of the ladder. While at the MCG, 2 of this year's more erratic teams continue their search for success and consistency. It's Melbourne versus Geelong, and today could decide if either or both are finals contenders. All this and more coming your way on AFL today. It certainly is, yes. Some rip-roaring action coming your way for the next 90 minutes, so settle back, relax and enjoy some top football. All the latest news too from Scott Palmer a little bit later on in the program. Well, round 15 got underway last night at the MCG with almost 57,000 fans today. Just over 40,000 journeyed there for the big clash between the D's and the Cats. Phil Gilbert was a late withdrawal from the Melbourne defence. I wonder if Phil knew something. Dyson came into the lineup, but it was Stephen Febey who was given the job on Garry Ablett. Let's have a look firstly at some of the highlights of the first 3 quarters.
Early parts of the game indicates you should go with a punch.
Left foot now, Hanley breaks clear, Ablett short, should get him, and he does.
Barry Price to Peter McKenna, one of our fellow commentators.
Ablett's drop punt looks good. He's got it. Gets some distance with a torpedo. Going to be a hard ball to mark. Attacking it strongly now is Rohde. Rohde's little chip drop punt is through for goal.
I'm sure that just doesn't reflect any disparity between the ruck duels.
Riccardi, Ablett. Terrific mark. He's also a very good kick for goal. That's his second.
Nice long kick outside 50 metres, no mark taken, picked off by Lyon. He nearly got this. He is a very good player, Garry Lyon. Well done.
Kowal goes to Grinter. Well played, Grinter. Rohde, this to put the D's in front. What a turnaround.
Good play, Grinter, Bruce. You picked it in one. Across the half-forward line. Out in front there of Rohde, who gathers it pretty well in the finish. Gets it back to Stretch, who loves to run, and bombs away. It could nearly bounce through. It's a goal. Beautiful kick by Stretch.
Sweeps it over the top. Lamb had to wait for it. Obst was super. It was great footy by Obst. Febey controls it to Stretch. Well, you reckon he'll go. He'll go now and put it through. Obst, you little beauty.
Glenn Lovett kicks Melbourne up towards centre-half forward. Marking contest, nearly Rohde, but Kowal, pace to burn, into an open goal, and he's put it through. Goes in the Ablett direction. Ablett being held, must be a free kick.
Still took the mark.
Garry Ablett goes for goal number 4. That's straight through the centre.
Barnes in the Ablett direction. Well done though by Neitz. Chance though by Hinkley. Left foot right there. Here's a goal. It's a beautiful goal.
Melbourne run it out of defence. Lovell forced to go long. And nearly a mark. Oh, Kowal! The bounce favoured him. He made it and he kicked the goal.
Inside the last 3/4 of a minute. Ablett the target, uses his body. Oh, takes a one-hander.
I hate to be coaching this bloke and telling him how to play.
He'll like it no matter what if he kicks his goal.
He's kicked 4. Siren's about to go. He's kicked 5. Couch, clever. Could fill Obst. Now Bairstow. Ablett will be the target. He's kicked 5. Oh, he's done it again. And that's number 6. Couch goes back to Garry Hocking, back to Couch on the run. An important kick. Couch goes for it and drills it home.
Hooper gets the tap out, but Glenn Lovett gets another possession. Back goes Buse, but that ball bounced awkwardly. Stephen Febey from full back kicks a goal.
And Thanks for that, Robbo. Hooper gets a big thump. Well done, Hanley. Nice trap. Couch, left foot. This is another chance for Ablett. Got it, Garry.
Forwards at that end of the ground have to combat it.
Ablett kicks his 7th. Scott just shepherding out for Febey, keeping him off Riccardi. Riccardi swings onto that left foot. Handy Ablett again. Kicks from 47 metres. He's a magnificent player.
Yes, that was number 8 by the great man Garry Ablett, and at three-quarter time, anyone's game, goal for goal at the MCG. The Cats were 15-6-96, but they trailed Melbourne with 15-8-98. Stephen Febey deciding he should get in the goal-kicking action as well if Garry Ablett was able to do so. So it all came down to the last quarter. These two sides in particular fighting for a spot in the top 6 come September. Let's go to the action now as we pick it up at the final bounce in the last quarter.
Well, this is an understatement, isn't it? They're playing for something here, these two teams. Melbourne by 2 points. Half hour of footy in front of them. Geelong and Melbourne. For the winner, there's hope. For the loser, you reckon that would be it. Glenn Lovett gets it from Garry Lyon. First goal could be vital. Grinter won the front spot. Obst with a chance. Obst goes for it, and Obst kicks it. Well, that was within 15 seconds, like Mansfield in the first quarter. Jared, it could be a body blow. I know it's early days.
Certainly could be, and look at the bloke that had the ball initially in there. It was Garry Lyon who burst in off the periphery. But when you consider Mansfield's miss just before three-quarter time and then that split-second goal to Melbourne, there's a 2-goal turnaround, and that could be indicative of what is about to happen.
Well, the bounce back in the centre, 16-8 to 15-6. Barnes gets the bash back. Handley, sweeping hand pass, Bairstow, kick across his body, in towards the front of the goals. Ablett, snapshot. He's done it! Well done, Garry! Oh, it's goal for goal. 2 points the difference. Absolute superstar that man is.
And without labouring the point once again, Geelong take it away. It was a good tap, but it was Handley's performance coming off centre-half forward that got that ball to Bairstow. And there he is again, the big G.
(16-8, 16-6) on 7 Sports scoreboard. Ablett with 9. Barnes went early against Steins. What a start to the last quarter. Goals at either end. Tingay through the centre, got tripped up, pushed up, free kick.
Good professional free kick there. Tingay about to deliver the ball.
Does do so now pretty effectively. Devine who made the space. And these are the kicks that all add up. Viney, you'd reckon he's a 50-50 chance from here, wouldn't you? Now, if you make them, they're so important at this stage of a game. Not an easy shot. Not noted as a sharpshooter, but he's got a chance to put Melbourne a kicking a bit in front. There he goes, the drop punt. It's not bad, but he's missed.
He didn't drop it at all well, Bruce.
So a couple of points to Viney. The margin 3 points, 16-9 to 16-6.
Just tends to lay back on the ball a little bit and set shots, Todd Viney. And you're right, Bruce, it isn't a strong facet of his game.
Darcy to himself. Gets an extra 10 metres. Stretch in the box seat. Got himself underneath it. Not all that well done. Couch had 5 to beat. Stretch realised he'd made an error. Made up for it. Lines over the top of it. They're with him. Kneeled there. And it'll be a bounce down.
Well, for all the strengths of the Brownlow medalist, Paul Couch, there was his weakness. He had to get onto that left foot, and that's why he was dragged down. If he got it quickly with the disposal with his right foot, the ball would be still travelling forward for Geelong.
Stein's got his hand on it. Now Couch's reflex handball. Barnes got it to G. Hocking. Hocking into the centre square. Neats went from the back. Febey got a punch away. Hopgood was caught by Scott. Hanging on. And it will be a ball up.
Quiet day for Robert Scott. Only 5 possessions. Good job by young Hopgood in his first season with Melbourne.
Bounce just in Geelong's forward half. Stephen Febey over the top of Couch. Scott can't get out. Stephen Febey, the Melbourne player, affecting the tackle. and a bounce once again. 3 points Melbourne lead by. Steins, underneath all that is the footy somewhere. And the umpire will have to bounce for the third time within about 5 metres. Very early in the last quarter, Barnes gets the front posse, tries to bash it clear of the pack. Here's a chance for Scott. Handball over the top tube of Bairstow. Hopgood. Oh, he went past Stretch. Tudor bashes it forward. Bairstow just fumbling. Mark Bairstow's had one of his quiet days. 13 possessions from the captain. Handley. Steins the front posse, but Handley at the back. Lovell can't break clear, and the umpire will bounce.
Currently 2 blokes down in the goal square on Garry Ablett. Might be able to get that up on screen. There they are. It's a 2-man band if you've ever seen one. Neitz and Rohde.
Garry thinks it's quite funny.
Steins kicked it out of Bairstow's hands.
Gee, there was a hesitation there, wasn't there, by the umpire? I'm sure he had a good think about that.
Yes, it was marginal at best.
He's a very good kick, Bairstow.
Toby making it look a little worse than it was.
Can he kick a captain's goal to put the Cats in front? It's close. He's got it. To the Bairstow. The D's don't like it. And Geelong back in front at 17-6 to 16-9. 17-6 to 16-9, Geelong back in front. Steins went for it in the centre square, went through Tingay. But there Barnes over the top. Now Febey, Stephen Feby's quick kick to half forward. Garry, Lyon and also Kowal. Cowal's got tremendous pace. Turns Malakalis inside out. Will he centre it to Lovett? He will. Now Grinter's got it.
That's classic football from Kowal. I love that sort of stuff when a guy's sprinting around the boundary line instead of just blazing away. He at least has a look. And how far is your shot at goal?
Grinter to put Melbourne in front. He's done it. Well, this game is building into a classic now. It needs a classic finish, and it's going to get one, I think. It's 17-9 to 17-6.
This was a tight piece of play there by Melbourne. Young Kowal's impressed me no end today. Kicks a couple of goals, and he's always lively. Very difficult to man up, as Spiro Malakalis is finding out today. And Grinter being effective because he's such a good shot at goal.
So the ruckman contesting back at the centre. Neither one can get the ball clear. Chance for Brett Lovett. Just gets his right foot to it. Matthew Febey. Not bad off the right foot in towards full forward. Too far for Cuthbertson. Darcy may take it over. He does.
Now, Robert, I thought Cuthbertson could have just about dived for that one. Didn't look to be that total desperation.
From here, maybe he was a chance. In the right forward pocket, boundary throw in, right forward pocket for Melbourne. Jimmy Steins. Barnes from the back. Now Hughes gets out. Darcy. And well done by Darcy.
Yeah,
but
good decision from the umpire.
I think the Geelong fans may have had a quick look at the central umpire. But no free kick forthcoming for the Demons there. Boundary throw in, left forward pocket, about 35 metres around from the Melbourne goal. It goes back towards their goal, but Hinkley is there. He gets his kick back towards the wing. Garry Hocking makes a good contest of it. Tudor in a little bit of trouble. Tries to get the hand pass for Barnes. Melbourne fierce. Tingay, now Stretch. Stretch off the left foot. Will he score? No, he won't. It's out on the full. When a kick to the front of the square may have been a better option.
Well, it's the only option, isn't it?
By Stephen Stretch.
On his left foot, under pressure, you put it to where the percentages are.
3 points of difference. Darcy from full-back. Steins couldn't hold it. Hocking will run it over the line. It's a time for desperate measures. Cool heads, courage, all the skills that have been taught for a long time. There's so much to play for. Barnes in the front spot. Garry, Lyon. Centres it. Cuthbertson not quite. Obst should finish it off with a goal. Left foot rolling through. Two very important goals to Obst in the last quarter.
Good player, isn't he?
He's a very, very good footballer.
You never ever think that he's done much because his possessions are usually pretty low, but God, he's an effective player.
Lyon lifted himself there.
Yes, you can see him really just put those big steps in. I thought the Geelong play a little bit unfortunate there. Perhaps could have got the free kick. But a valuable goal, and Melbourne now in control.
And a fairly pumped up Andrew Obst after kicking that goal. Garry Hocking, player on the other side who lifts the Cats. Ablett can't get clear. Attempted kick off the ground by Handley, but Tingay is there for Melbourne. Geelong had a chance. Melbourne will rebound. Tingay's kick goes wide to the wing. It covers all the players out there. Neal gets back first. Sweeping hand pass for Barnes. In a bit of trouble. Look at this. Matthew Febey. Here's Dyson. On the ground, Kevin Dyson. Adopts a major. Kevin Dyson's first goal. And Melbourne kicked their 19th, and it's an important 15-point advantage for Melbourne with 17 minutes to go.
And this is an example of the way Melbourne plays its footy under Neil Baum. Numbers of the ball and plenty of runners. Look at that quick handball. And what a top shot at goal under this sort of pressure from Kevin Dyson.
19-9, 17-6 on the 7 Sports scoreboard. Melbourne have got the break. Geelong, grand finalists last year, looking down the barrel. What are the Cats made of in 93? We're going to find out now. Here's Hopgood. Ablett's kicked 9, remember that. Centre wing, Dyson, who would be hungry for the footy, sitting on the bench all day. Just kicked the big goal. Stephen Hocking from centre wing. Goes short to Bairstow. His captain doesn't let him down. He's kicked 2, Bairstow. Hanley wants it. Garry Hocking wants it at centre half forward. Bairstow goes with a long one. Ablett launches himself, not quite. Mansfield couldn't quite take it. Back to Ablett. Ablett gets around one. Surely not even Garry could score from there. A high ball. Scott outnumbered. Well played by the Melbourne defence, including Hopgood and Neitz. Out of play. They've got a hold here, Melbourne. 16 minutes remaining. Malcolm Blight 2.5 goals behind. And Geelong need a quick goal to get some inspiration from somewhere.
Well, it could quite easily come here. The ball is in the goal square. Throw it on your boot. No, he couldn't. Rohde will clear. And not a bad kick by Peter Rohde. It could be nearly 50 metres. It is. Undisciplined act by Garry Hocking.
There's pretty good defence there by the Melbourne players. Thought Mansfield could have just kicked that out of the air. And there he is on screen, still getting up after that tackle. But from 1 yard away from a goal converted to Geelong, they're now under pressure with Glenn Lovett putting him into attack.
Glenn Lovett off the left foot. Good kick. Gary Lyon marks just forward of the centre. He'll put the ball. Oh, it's a good kick again. How did Brett Lovett get on his own? He's 50 metres from goal. But he had 4 or 5 metres to spare there.
Brett Lovett's playing in the back pocket for Melbourne at the present time. He's picking up Andrew Hughes. So he has done some unselfish running to supply the option.
And another short pass is effective. Cuthbertson, good lead. And he certainly is within scoring distance. Well, the Demon fans, they've had plenty to shout about. Their team has kicked 19-9. Geelong 17-6. 15-point advantage for Melbourne. It could be 21 after this kick. It will be 21. Darren Cuthbertson kicks his 3rd goal. Melbourne lead by 21 points.
Have made their move. They've pinched the break. 20 goals, 9 to 17-6. Steins went early. Barnes, finally, well done, G. Hocking. Must get the next goal, the Cats. Dyson, no free kick. It goes to half forward. Brett Lovett charging back with Hanley, who's outnumbered. Still Hanley, now the boundary line. Is it in? Hip and shoulder by Febey over the line, out of play.
And Bruce, I'm sure if Melbourne missed the finals, they'll just look back at a few games and say, how did we get beaten by the Swans? We lost to Fitzroy by 1 point. We got beaten by the Brisbane Bears. We should be there. Perhaps they still will be.
Neats' little kick around the corner was pretty neat as he gives it to Obst. Stretch worried out of it. Obst to get back. Oh, clever. Stretch couldn't quite take it. And Obst with a little toe poke over the line. Interesting there. Stretch not nearly as good as Obst in close quarters. A brilliant player on the run. Obst much surer than under pressure. It's not having a go at Stretch at all because his qualities are a different area.
Well, you've got to have those sort of players in your team. I think the finishers and the in-unders. You'd classify Andrew Obst as one of the latter, and Stephen Stretch, he's played many, many good games for Melbourne over the years. I think he may have even won a best and fairest, hasn't he, Stretch?
Yeah, he did.
Boundary throw in. Steins takes it out of the air. Garry Hocking trying to make it hard for him. Stretch for Obst. Obst can't get clear. Tingay. Now Obst. No, it's not out of bounds on the full. Andrew Obst is appealing for. But the boundary umpire not having anything of that, he'll throw it in. It's between wing and right half forward for the Demons. They've got a very, very handy advantage now. 21 points. We're more than halfway through the last term. And the Demons would be fairly happy with these boundary throw-ins. Barnes still striving hard, but Steins with the height advantage. Tudor's kick high into the centre of the ground. No mark taken. Back goes Dyson. A free kick. It's going to Melbourne. And it'll be taken by Stephen Febey, who's had a few important possessions. He kicked a goal in the third quarter. But remember, his opponent for most of the game has been Garry Ablett. Kowal. Ball gets clear. Stretch. Grinter. Throws it onto his boot. Kicks it to the front of the square. Good mark. Excellent mark taken by Neil under a certain amount of pressure from Tingay.
12 minutes for the Cats to kick 4 goals. Remember the draw they've got from here. It's a tough one. That's why they must win today. Scott on a long lead from Newton makes the mark at half-back. They need to kick a goal every 3 minutes and stop Melbourne's run. Good stretch by Barnes. Oh, bad option. Garry Hocking was motionless. Barnes made up a little bit for Bairstow holding it. So Barnes giving away 100%, making up 10, but not enough. Here's Febey. Viney cramping, I feel. Febey's kicking to the centre. Neats running onto it. A bouncing footy. Backhanded there by Lamb. Tucked forward by Stephen Hocking. Lamb gives it away into the centre square. Tudor's been good. Didn't get a free kick. Was a bit stiff. Andy Lovett breaks away. Little left foot is okay. It's very good. Half volley by Cuthbertson. Excellent. Now Dyson has already kicked 1 goal in this quarter. Grinter gets underneath it with McGrath. McGrath runs it to the line. Out of play.
Dyson, he only had to spot Glenn Lovett. He kicked it high in the air. I guess that's probably, Bruce, because he's spent a lot of time on the bench and your perceptions maybe aren't quite as good. Boundary throw in the forward pocket for Melbourne. Hinkley, Bairstow, then Garry Hocking. And Garry Hocking kicks it back near the centre. But there's that Trojan workhorse, Jimmy Steins. Possession number 20, a high kick. Kowal flies. At the back, Dyson. Goes for his second goal. Oh. Dyson's kicked it. What a miraculous goal by Dyson. Well, his first one was pretty good, but it's been topped off by that one. 21-9 plays 17-6.
We'd just about say that Geelong have finished for the finals. Mathematically, they can do it. Well, both sides can do it. They can afford to lose perhaps 1 more game this season. And that is a tall order.
Melbourne has charged away. 21-9 to 17-6. Dyson with 2 spectacular goals. Barnes got up high but missed it. It was handy, I should say. Now Hinkley from centre wing. Mansfield and Lovell. Getting back Neats. Clever, really.
Yes, it was good.
Hopgood runs away. Not a good handball. Lamb, it's still in play. Viney was there. Tingay. They're terriers, this Melbourne team at the moment. And they hold it up. They've won 6 out of their last 9. And I think we can safely say 7 out of their last 10.
Well, Greg Wells, the chairman of selectors of Melbourne, has been singing the praises of young David Neitz, and he's gone ahead of David Swartz, another young tyro that's in the seconds at the present time. He's doing particularly well at centre-half back for Melbourne.
Hopgood had to get rid of it in a hurry. Couch's handball. Didn't have any distance. Well played, Lovett. 40,819 here today. Short to Tingay at half-back. Melbourne are playing very well. They're playing like winners. Obst on the lead, and he gets it and takes it. Sizes up a few options. Goes to centre-half forward. Kowal.
50 metres, I think.
Playing like winners, though, aren't they, Melbourne?
They've got their tails up, Robbo. Kowal goes towards the goal square. Big lead from the front. Here's Grinter. Round his body. Don't tell me, Rohde. Oh, yes, he's done it. Balls has kicked the beauty.
Balls and all it was, there's no doubt about that. He has stunned the Melbourne crowd with a Garry type goal there. And he's just having a drink to celebrate.
He loves it, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a
Rodney Grinter. He's just an exuberant person.
Fantastic bloke to play with and to watch when he's up. Look at that, spinning around, yes. If he can do it at one end, so can I, says beat Grinter.
The bounce back in the centre. They now lead by 33 points, and they're charging up into the forward line again. It was Tingay. The bounce was a bit awkward. Back goes Buse. Kick it quickly, Andrew. He does. Out to the wing. Lyon. Oh, if you don't mind. Short pass. Brett Lovett. No one really to kick to. Oh, that's got to be another kick. Player coming from behind the mark. Isn't there any such thing these days? Now the free kick's going to Geelong. I don't believe it.
Well, Hayden Kennedy, I'm sure, must be saying he set play on before the Geelong player stuck his hand in there, but boy, was it technical.
Oh, terrific leap there by Barnes. He marks at centre-half forward, kicks in towards full forward, and Hinkley marks. He's 35 metres, maybe a little closer from goal. So Ken Hinkley.
Just been shifted down there not 30 seconds ago from Blight, from half-back to forward pocket.
He's kicked one goal. Could just chip away at the margin. His kick comes back and hits the post. Much to the delight of the Melbourne fans, but poor old Malcolm Blight looking a little disconsolate in the coaching box. Here's Peter Rohde.
Swings it wide. Jimmy Stein's his target. Hanley and Lamb to go against him towards the boundary line. Lovell chasing out of play.
Well, you can't write off Geelong completely because mathematically they can still get there. But you would suggest that both St Kilda and Geelong are probably not going to be in the final series this year. And that's been the aim of the draft and the salary cap, to even it up so everybody gets a chance in September.
Chingay to Glenn Lovett, who continues to play well. 30 touches, Glenn Lovett, with this one.
And 4 goals.
They've all been important, Robbo. Lovely, neat kick to centre-half forward. Dyson was underneath it, barging their way through Geelong Mansfield. Some strength there by Febey, ran straight at it. Well picked up by Hanley. Play on called. Centre-half forward. Big leap by Barnes. Couch. Still Couch. Ablett's got some chance if it sits for him. They run to the pocket. He's kicked 9. Can he turn Rohde inside out? No, Rohde's got him. Bairstow.
Holding the man.
Yeah, it had to be a free kick.
Did it?
Yeah.
Well, he handballed it away.
He handballed it legitimately away, and Rohde just kept on hanging on. And we'll have a look at it. Ablett takes him on. Tries to fend off. There's the handball. And then he won't let him go. Well, that is a free kick. Would you agree, Robert?
Oh, well, I think when you see the slow-mo replay, it explains everything, doesn't it?
He's kicked 9 straight. Did kick one out of bounds on the fall, but we won't hold that against him.
Well, he kicked 9-1 in a grand final here in 1989, and even that wasn't good enough for Geelong to win.
Could he kick 10 and the Cats lose again? Oh, he's a good player. He's a great player. 10 goals again today.
Well, Geelong fighting the game out. I suppose they've got to be still some chance, but Melbourne hold the advantage. It's Lamb now for Geelong. Kicks it up towards half forward. The mark is taken by Andy Lovell. He's got players running on the far side. and he spots Glenn Lovett. Oh, good kick and a good mark taken out there by the Melbourne player. Short kick, smothered. Garry Hocking just kicks it out of the air. Inside 50 metres. Out comes Ablett. Ball rebounds for Norwich. Norwich's kick into the centre. Oh, bad one. Scott. Couch from 50 metres. It's a goal. Couch has got it. Second goal of the game to Paul Couch. Geelong not to be denied. 19-7, 22-9. It's 20 points the difference with 5 minutes left.
Yeah, so my big doubt about Melbourne today was that they wouldn't be able to kick a winning score. I'm just looking through their statistics for the season, and their biggest score to date is 24 goals. I think they may even have to kick a couple more to make this safe the way Geelong are fighting back.
Geelong with a late dash. Melbourne lead by 20 points. Wouldn't it be something here if the Cats could get a goal from the centre square? Hanley didn't even get a run of it. Steins tapped it away. Mansfield gets hold of it at half-back. Geelong hasn't given in by any stretch. Melbourne with a chance here, though. Scott did a pretty good job on Hopgood. Lovell. Still Scott backing away. Hopgood towards the boundary line. Scott with him. A good effort by both. I don't want to get into an argument with Jared Healy over that one. And it'll be a ball up.
Call it as you see it, Bruce.
22-9, 19-7. That's the 7 Sports scoreboard. You'd reckon Melbourne is safe, but a quick kick now to the goal square, and Ablett marking a goal, who knows? You've got to use your imagination. There's 4 minutes remaining. Left-hand handball was good. From Febey to Tingate. Obst and Mansfield. Still Obst. Dyson has kicked 2 great goals. Gets some space. Hooks it back around his body. Grinter's there with McGrath. Kowal's got some great pace. Good tackle. Play on called, out of play. Surely, Rohde. Melbourne's home now.
Oh, I don't think you'd want to back Geelong, Bruce, but you never can tell, and I think it's been a terrific game of football. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds left. It's in Melbourne's half-forward area. Important possession here for Stephen Febey. Nearly dispossessed by Garry Hocking, but the umpire will call for a bounce. So again, it's a few more precious seconds ticking away for the Demons, and they would be stiff to lose. I think they've been the better side for most of the day. It was only in the third quarter that Geelong were able to outscore them. Garry Hocking gives away a little bit of ground to get it to Couch. He gets past and kicks it high in towards half-forward, but a good mark taken by Neats.
Hasn't he improved this season, David?
Promising young player.
Got him in the right position at centre half-back.
And what a booming kick. 55 metres plus. Handley. Good shepherd. He gets his kick away. Up towards the wing. No mark taken by Scott. Ball rebounds. Stephen Febey beaten for it by Couch. Scott runs into trouble, then runs away. One bounce. Get it over, Robert. Get it over. He does. It goes to Lamb. Lamb spots a player. It's Barnes. Go for goal, Johnny. No, he bombs away in the Ablett direction. Back there is Norwich. Chipping in Tudor. Away for Riccardi. Here's Garry. He's caught. You're going nowhere. And you're being penalised. Well, if he had any chance to get rid of that on the Dutchman. 50 metres. I thought, Jared, that when a man is tackled and he's got no chance of getting rid of it, surely it's a bounce. How can he get rid of that?
Well, I thought perhaps Robbo just tried to duck back and he slipped, but it's the problem with our game. Everybody has a different opinion.
Norwich kicks it up to the 50-metre line. Little toe poke by Dyson. He's had a pretty big last turn. Runs over the top, goes to ground. Can't quite get a handball away. Had a bit of time. They call for holding it. Hocking to Mansfield. Mansfield finds some space. We're down to a minute and a half to go. Minute and 3/4. Mansfield out wide. Melbourne's got the numbers. Stretch and Norwich can wax it. Take their pick. Raffle it. Stretch's kick's always good. Lovett's got it.
That's what you used to do at primary school, wasn't it? Wax it?
It's a fairly long time ago, Robbo.
You're showing your age, Bruce.
Well, we're all getting up there, aren't we, Robbo? Glenn Lovett. Lyon underneath it. Knocked away by Stephen Hocking. Quick little kick by Neil. Glenn Lovett missed it. So did Garry Hocking. Stretch caught. Gets a handball. Had too much on it. Tudor with a little toe poke off the ground. Going hard for it was Stephen Febey. Was that Couch over the top? It might have been. And Melbourne has won it. It's a minute and a bit to go. Geelong has tried very hard, you can't deny that. But they've been beaten by a better team on the day. Inside the last minute, picked up by Barnes. Up to the 50-metre line. Brett Lovett, who's played one of his best games for the season. Back into the centre square. Hanley, good mark. This will be the last play, you would think. With 40 seconds remaining. Tingay half-volleyed it. Caught by Scott. Threw it away. Tudor, he's been pretty good. Goes back to half-forward Ablett. Well, it'd be fitting if the great man should kick the last goal. And I think he will.
It'd have to be some sort of record, wouldn't it? A side being defeated 4 times in a season when their 4 forwards kicked 10 goals or more. Is it only 3? 3 it is this year.
They won when he kicked 12 against Richmond. They lost when he kicked 14 against Essendon and 10 against Adelaide. Today he's kicked 10. He kicks the drop punt. Has he missed? No, I think he might have just got it. 11 for Garry. The most goals he's kicked in his career. 88. What a finish. Been a terrific match. But I guess what really counts when you add it all up is that Melbourne has won 22 goals 9 to Geelong 20 goals 7.
Yes, quite an extraordinary performance, but full credit to the Demons who continue their charge for a berth in the finals. Great performance indeed. Lovett booted 4. Grinter very handy up forward, had 3. Cuthbertson also contributed 3. And 2 fine goals to Kevin Dyson coming off the interchange bench. While for Geelong, it is a one-man band. Garry Ablett, as the boys said, booting 11. That